Hello everyone, welcome back to this video series on Dynamics 365 customer service. In this episode, we are going to discuss on service level agreements or SLAs. SLA explains the level of service that can be offered to the customers. Companies can define the level of service based on their products and services and the customer needs. Basically, this SLA is like a commitment that the company is giving to the customers. For example, if the platinum customer is raising a ticket, then the business will try to resolve the issue in a day. Similarly, if a normal customer raises a ticket, then the companies will try to resolve the particular case or support ticket within 3 days. Okay, so that kind of commitment can be set within this SLA. And the purpose of having this service level agreements or SLA in customer service module is to track the success or failure of commitments that we have given to the customers, like the time to first response or the resolution of a case. Before we actually create SLAs, we need to first set up the calendars in Dynamics 365 customer service. Here we have two types of calendars. One is holiday calendar and the other one is customer service calendar. Holiday calendar will have the list of holidays that are given for that particular year. And particularly if our company or business is running in multiple regions, for example, in India and in US and in Australia, then we will be having different set of holidays across different regions, right? So we can create different holiday calendars for each country. And similarly, within each country also, we will be having different holidays. Within India, we have multiple states, and each state will have different holiday calendar. So that can be configured within this holiday calendar. And then we have customer service calendar, where we can set up the work hours for the customer service representatives. Some companies will have their support team working from 9 to 6, and some companies will have their support team working 24 by 7. So that kind of work hours can be set up within this customer service calendar. We will see all those things in action when we get into the demo part. And once the calendar is ready, we can go ahead and create the SLA. And within SLA, the first step is to create SLA KPI. So here only we will be creating records for first response KPI or resolution KPI. In our case, we will take an example of case table within customer service, and within case table, we will be creating first response by KPI and then resolution by KPI. And once the KPIs are ready and they are activated, then we can go ahead and create the actual SLA record. And within SLA, we will be specifying the SLA items. We can create multiple SLA items for each each SLA. And SLA items are the important part of this SLA. Within SLA items only, we will be specifying the condition where we will be telling the system at what point of time this SLA KPI should be triggered. And then within SLA items, we will be specifying the success condition for that particular KPI. And then we will be giving the duration for failure and warnings. Okay. And then within SLA items, we also have another section for actions where we can tell system what the system should do when the particular SLA KPI is a success, or if it is a failure, or it is under warning state. Okay. So all those things we will be covering in the demo part. Now I'm in Dynamics 365 Customer Service Admin Center app. As we discussed earlier, before we actually go ahead and create SLA, we need to first define the calendars. For that, if I scroll down under operations, I can see calendar. Here we have two calendars. One is customer service calendar and the other one is holiday calendar. First, we will go ahead and create holiday calendar. I will delete the existing one. Here, we can create a new schedule. If we are creating this holiday calendar for India and for the year 2024, we can name it like this, and then we can click on create. Once we click on create, the calendar page will be opening. Here we can add the actual holidays. So in case if you are creating it for 2023, you can click on this left arrow and move to 2023. If you are creating for 2024, you can create it from here. And if you are going to create for future year, you can create. So this is based on your requirement. You can select the date, and within that you have this new button. So this is the place where you need to add the actual holidays. New year will be on Jan 1st. So it's a one-day activity. Christmas is on December 25. Again, this is a 1 day activity. So if a particular holiday is for 2 3 days, then we need to specify the end date accordingly. Okay. For now, I will just go with a single day holiday. So likewise, we can create multiple holidays. So now I created this holiday calendar for India, and similarly, if required, we can create for other regions as well. For US, for Australia, likewise, we can create multiple holiday calendar. And as I said earlier, if required, we can create for multiple states within India also. Okay. So for this demo, we will just create one holiday calendar for India. Okay. And now we will go back to customer service calendar. Yeah, so delete. As I said earlier, customer service calendar is for setting up the work hours for each and every customer service agent. Okay. And you will be having multiple support teams, and your teams will be working across multiple regions, right? So for that also, you can specify it accordingly. For each region, you can create your customer service calendar. Okay. I will click on new, and this is for India support team. And our organization will have the support team timing from 9 to 6. Okay, it's not a 24/7, so our organization will give support from 9 to 6. We need to set up the customer service calendar accordingly. Okay, so once I click on create, I will be seeing additional options. So here, in case if it is 24/7, we just need to select this, and we can quickly save. In case if we want to set up hours, we just need to click on this tab, and we need to specify. If our organization is giving support on all the days, then we can select this option. Or if our organization is giving support only on work days, like Monday till Friday, then we need to specify the days here. And then for each day, we need to set up the hours. Okay. Or if we are giving the same support for all the days, then we just need to select the weekday here, and then we need to click on this particular checkbox. And if we set the work hour at one place, then it will be reflected for all the 5 days. Okay. Now, as I said, our timing is from 9 till 5 p.m. or 9 to 6 p.m. We can set it like this. Okay. And most companies will give some lunch break from 1 to 2 or 12 to 1, right? So in case if we need to add the break hours, we can add that also, or we can go with this. So this is based on your requirement. In case if you want to add break, you need to click on this add break, and automatically it is selecting 1:30 p.m. If you want to change, we can just change this to 1 p.m. and automatically the break time is also reflecting from 1 to 2 p.m. And then from 2 to 6 p.m. again the work hours will be starting. Okay. And another important thing is we need to select the time zone. So since this is for India support team, we will go with Indian Standard Time. In case if you want to create this for some other region, you need to specify the time zone accordingly. And then if you remember, we already created a holiday calendar for India. In case if we want to link that holiday calendar with this customer service calendar, we just need to select observe here, and then we need to specify the calendar that we have created, India 2024. If this is the case, then so as per our logic, we are telling that our team will work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And in case if the Christmas Day, that is December 25, is coming on Wednesday, then it is a holiday, right? So on that particular day, the SLA should not be running. Okay. So if we link the holiday schedule within this customer service schedule, then system will know that, okay, even though Wednesday is a working day, since it is December 25th, our team will not be working. Okay. So for that, this linking of holiday schedule is very important. Okay. And then we can save this, save and close. Now our holiday calendar is also ready, and customer service calendar is also ready. Now we can go ahead and create the SLA. For that, we need to select service terms here. And as I said earlier, we need to create a KPI for our SLA. The first step would be creating SLA KPI, and then only we need to create the actual SLA. Okay, so we will go to SLA KPI page, and here you can see two records already existing because the case entity has already been enabled for SLA by default, and that's why you can see the SLA KPI is created for case records already. In case if we are enabling this SLA functionality for any custom table or any other standard table, then we might need to create SLA KPIs. For this video, we will be seeing this SLA from the perspective of case table only. But to enable for other standard table or for other custom tables, I will make a video in future. Okay. Now I will open one of the SLA KPI. So this is for first response. Okay. So this is already active, and here the entity has been selected as case, and the KPI field is first response by KPI. Okay. And this particular SLA KPI will start running uh, based on the created on field of case table. Okay. And if I open the resolution KPI, this is based on resolved by KPI field. Okay. So that is the only difference. Other than that, both the KPIs are same, and both the KPIs will start running based on created on field. Okay. In case if we want to create any new KPI, we can create it. For example, for the case table, already first response and resolution KPI has already been created. So we don't have to create anything, but just for sample, I am showing you. Okay. And the applicable from field will have these much options. It can be based on created on field of your case record or deactivated on, escalated on. So these are all the different date type fields of case table, and all those things are showing here. Based on our requirement, we need to select the correct field. Mostly the SLA should be start running the moment the case got created. Okay, so it is always good to select created on. Okay, we don't have to save this because we already have two SLA KPIs for case record, and both are already active. So this is something we need to clear. Only if the SLA KPI is active, we can use it within our SLA. Okay, the first step is fine. Now we need to go to service level agreement SLA. Okay, here only we need to create the SLA, and SLA is also already active, but we will not use this for our demo. We will create a new SLA KPI. Sorry, and we will create new SLA. Okay, we need to give a name, and then we need to select the entity. And currently you can see the SLA functionality is enabled for case table, lead table, order, and code. Okay, so that's why you are seeing these four options. But if you want to enable for other things, we need to enable it manually. For that, I will make a separate video. Okay. For now, I will select case here. And as I said earlier, this SLA items is one of the important things. So the moment we save this SLA, the SLA items grid will be opened. This is the place where we need to define all the conditions, success criteria, failure, and warning times. Okay. So I will create a new SLA item, and we need to specify the SLA KPI. So if you remember, in the previous step, we created two SLA KPIs, right? One is first response by and resolution KPI. So in SLA item, we need to specify for which SLA KPI we are going to create this item. Okay. So I will first specify this first response. We need to give a name, and then here we need to specify the condition. Okay, applicable event. But before that, we need to set the business hours here. So business hours is nothing but the customer service calendar that we have already created. Okay, we have already created one customer service calendar for India supporting. So when we select this particular option, automatically the holiday calendar will also be linked, because within this India support team customer service calendar, we have linked the holiday calendar also. So both will be linked within this SLA item. Okay, now this is fine. Now that, so we don't have to worry about these two things for now. And here I will give the condition. The condition would be we are going to run this particular SLA only for high priority cases. Okay, I have taken that scenario. So we will set the priority equals high. So this particular SLA will not be running for all the cases. Instead, it will be running only for high priority cases. If you want to run it for all the cases, then we don't have to specify any condition here. Okay. And this is for first response KPI. Okay. So for first response KPI, what should be the success condition? Okay. Here, whenever we give the first response to customer, we can set this first response send flag to true. Okay. The moment this flag is set to true, then this particular SLA KPI will be a successful. Okay. I will choose yes. So whenever first response sent flag is true, then this particular SLA KPI is successful. Okay, so that is our success condition. And then here we need to specify the timing when the particular SLA should warn the agent and at what point of time the particular SLA is considered to be failed. Okay, for demo purpose, I will give some lesser times. Okay, warn after 1 minute and then failure after 1 hour. Okay, I think we will go with this. Only for demo purpose, I am selecting this, but in real time, we need to specify it based on our requirement. Okay, and now we can save this. At the bottom, now you can see the action section enabled, and if I click on this configure actions, it will take me to the Power Automate flow page. Okay, so where we can specify what the system should do when the particular SLA KPI is successful and when the particular SLA KPI is failed or when it is in warning stage. Okay, so those actions can be set within the configure actions. The moment I click on it, a new tab will be opened where you can see one Power Automate flow already being created. Yeah. So here you can see two steps already added, and this is a switch condition. If I expand this, here I will be seeing four options. One is default, and then we have three different branches, right? One for near non-compliance, which is corresponded to the waiting, the warning stage, and then is succeeded. So which means whenever the success condition is met, then whatever the actions we are specifying inside this box will be running, and then we have this non-compliant. Non-compliant is response to this failure duration. So if the particular SLA is failed after 1 hour, then whatever the action we are specifying here will be running. If you are familiar with Power Automate, it will be very easy for you. Okay, you just need to add some actions here. For example, whenever the warning time crosses, then we need to send one email to the case owner saying that the case that you are working on is already has already reached the warning stage. You need to work fast to resolve this. And similarly, if the failure time also reached, then we can send a email to the manager saying that this particular case has not been resolved even though the SLA is failed. Okay, and similarly, if it is success, we can send a notification or email to the customer saying that we have successfully resolved your case before the SLA time. Okay, so those kind of actions can be set inside this Power Automate. Okay, but for now, we will not get into that much deep. We will just go with the standard timings and other conditions, and I will close this SLA item. Okay, and similarly, I will create one more SLA item for other KPI that we have, resolution KPI. Okay, and here also we need to select the customer service calendar. Okay, and then again, this particular KPI also should be running for priority cases, high priority cases. So I will select the same condition here and here. So this is for resolution, right? So here we need to specify the case status should be resolved. Only when the case status is resolved, then only this KPI is considered to be successful. Okay. So here the success condition should be based on case status. Yeah, we have the status resolved. Okay. And here also we will give some lesser time for this demo purpose. Like we need to complete this resolution by 2 hours. So I'm giving failure after 2 hours, and then one after I will give maybe 15 minutes. Okay, and then we can save this. Once after saving this, the action section will be enabled. So for this SLA item also, another Power Automate flow will be created. Okay, and if you want to add some actions to these different things, success, failure, and warning, we can do it under this configure actions, or we can do it in the Power Automate flow. Okay, it is saved. Now I will activate this SLA. So the moment I activate this SLA, the Power Automate flow, the backend Power Automate flow will also be turned on. Okay, but for now, we are not doing anything with the Power Automate If required for your business requirement, you can update the Power Automate flow if you want to actually do any actions based on different criteria. Okay. And then we also have another button called set as default. So in the system, we can have only one particular SLA as a default for each entity. Okay. For case, we can have only one SLA as a default, and similarly for other tables that are enabled for SLA, we can have only one SLA as a default. But we can have multiple active SLAs. Okay. So the default one will be automatically selected whenever case is created. But other active items is something we can manually select within the case record. So after creating a case, if we want to manually override the SLA, we can select any other active SLAs. Okay. But for now, we have created SLA KPIs, and then we created this SLA, and within SLA we created SLA items, and then I just activated this SLA, and also I'm going to set this SLA as a default. So it is telling that you have another SLA as a default, but if you want to continue this as a default, then the other one will be marked as not default. Okay, we'll go ahead. So this particular SLA that I created will become active, and this is the default record. Okay, default SLA. And here you can see the flag. This is the one that I created, yes, case SLA demo. And here you can see the is default flag is set to yes. Now whenever a new case is created, the SLA that we have created will be automatically linked to that case whenever its priority is high. Okay, we'll quickly open customer service workspace app, and we will check that scenarios. Cases, I will create a new case. Okay, for this case, I will just leave the priority as normal. Okay, and we will see if the SLA is triggered. Here you can see, since I have created this case record with priority as normal, it is showing no SLAs are applicable. Okay. Now what we will do, we will create another case record with priority as high. For this case, I will choose priority as high. And if you remember, within SLA item, I have set the condition as priority equals high. Only if priority equals high, then only the SLA will be triggered. Okay. Now we will see if SLA is triggered for this particular case after setting priority as high. Okay, now the moment the case record is saved, you can see the SLA timer start running. For first response KPI, it is showing the time is 15 or 16 hours, and here it is showing 17 hours. You might be wondering, like in SLA item, we have given hours like 1 hour or 2 hours only, right? Maybe I will quickly open the customer service admin center. For first response, failure after 1 hour, and for resolution, failure after 2 hours. But here within case, it is showing some higher hours, right? The reason is, if you remember, within the calendar we have set, particularly within customer service calendar, we have given the time from 9 to 6. So we have mentioned like the customer service support agents will be working from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this particular case got created, if you see, test SLA to high priority case, I have created this record at 5:18 p.m., which means we have very less time till 6 p.m. So this SLA KPI will be considering the time till 6, and after 6 till tomorrow 9 a.m. also it will be adding it over here, so that for a customer service agent, he will actually take only 1 hour to resolve, maybe to give first response. But the in between time from 6 p.m. the first day till 9 a.m. next day, right? So that is something will also be calculated, so that we will be having the correct SLA timers. Okay. And then here for first response time, it has changed the color to yellow. The reason is, for first response we have given the warning as 1 minute, right? After 1 minute it will be giving the warning, so that's why it changed the color to yellow, to the warning symbol. And for resolution it will change after 15 minutes. We have set the time as 15 minutes for resolution KPI. Okay. And then we will try resolving this case also, okay, to see if the KPI is getting successful. Okay. Before resolving, we will try to complete the first KPI, first response KPI. Okay. So I will check if we have the first response sent flag or not. In this form, we don't have that flag. Okay. Here in this form, I have this flag, first response sent. I will enable this flag, save it, and now we will go back to other form. Yeah. Now after changing the flag to true, the first response sent flag to true, you can see this particular SLA KPI has succeeded. Okay. And similarly, if I resolve this case within 16 hours, again this second KPI will also be successful. In case if I am not able to resolve this case after 16 hours also, then this case will be, this particular SLA KPI will be set as failed. Okay. And whatever we have given under the failure actions within our Power Automate flow will be running. Okay. Just resolve this case. The moment I resolve this case, the second KPI is also set as succeeded. Till now, we saw how to configure SLA, SLA items, and how to use SLA within case record. Okay. Now we will quickly see some of the SLA related settings that are available within customer service. Okay. So for that, we need to go to customer service admin center, service terms, and here we have other SLA settings option. Okay. So if I go to this page, I have some settings for SLA. So currently, like I have already created one SLA and related SLA items, and I activated that SLA, and I have set that SLA as a default. So whenever a new case record is going to be created, automatically the default SLA will be picked. Okay. And I have also given the condition as high priority. Okay. But if as an organization, I want to disable my SLA for some period, maybe for next 1 week or next 1 month, I don't have to track the SLA, then I can enable this particular flag. Okay. If I enable this, then even though a default SLA is available, it will not be picked the next time whenever a case got created. Okay. And we also have another important SLA setting, select SLA pause status. So currently the case is selected. So if you want to select any other table, we can select, but for now we will go with case. And here we can specify the different statuses. At, for we can specify the statuses for which the SLA should not be running. For example, whenever the case status is on hold, or whenever the case status is waiting for details, maybe the customer would have created the support ticket, and then we initially did some research on that case, and we would have assigned the particular support ticket to customer, asking for some more clarification or asking for some more details from customer. Okay. So during that time, we don't have to calculate SLA from our side, because we have done the initial research, and now we are waiting for the customer to come back to us with additional information. In that case, we can select those different statuses here, and during that time the SLA timer will not be running. Okay. And then after making all these settings, we need to save, don't forget to save this particular page, otherwise the settings we have done here will not be enabled. Okay. Now I will save this, and We actually disabled the SLA, right? Now we will quickly go ahead and create another case. I will again select the priority as high, but this time the SLA should not be triggered for this case. The reason is we have disabled the SLA from the settings. Now you can see the SLA timers are not running since we have disabled the functionality from our settings page. And similarly, for the case status also, whenever we put it in waiting for details, at the time the SLA timer will not be running. We will create one more case now. Okay, anyway, this setting we cannot try now because already we have disabled the SLA. I will just set it as no. And now I will create another case. This time the SLA will be triggered because we have disabled. We have set the flag as no. So this time it will run. And after some time, we will change the case status to waiting for details. The moment I change the status to waiting for details, you can see the SLA timers are paused, which means it will not run until we change the status to some other. Maybe again, if I change the case status to in progress and save my case record, now it will start running. Okay. I hope you understood the complete SLA related things. We initially saw how to set up the calendars for SLA, the business closure or the holiday calendar, and then we talked about customer service calendar. And after setting up the calendars, we came to SLA part where we created SLA KPI and then we created SLA and then SLA items. And then finally, we discussed about some of the important SLA related settings. Okay. I hope this video will be useful for you in understanding the complete SLA concepts. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.